Right. Welcome. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Hima. Welcome, and welcome, Bhavana. Thank you for coming to the session. I'm so excited to be meeting the members again this week. As I told Hima just now, it's actually a week of me just telling and retelling stories of GTC to other people, different groups of educators and different groups of people in Indonesia. I think this is like an Indonesian kind of week for me, trying to share what we do and what we learn over the years as a community in GTC. And just, and I know that no matter how many times I say this, I always look into you guys' stories and progress and photos on Facebook and stuff, and just so proud at how you guys are just venturing out and looking out for new adventures and experiences. So I'm really glad. But before we start, let's go through some formalities. Just check if your name is according to our convention. You can use your country and the score, and then your name. You can prepare pen and paper to write notes and share with me. You don't have to share in the chat. You can share with me what is your favorite season, if there's a season that you particularly like, or an ambience, like what kind of environment that you like, or what kind of ambience that you like. For example, I will give you an example. I like bookstores, not bookstores with supplies, but bookstores with books, like racks of books, and just stay there, or the sunset or the sunrise. This is what I like. But what about you guys? What do you like? Emma, Babna,
Can I speak?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. I usually like, actually I like the places which has both a combination of lights, books, and also the smell of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's somehow like it's a restaurant setting, but I don't like to sit in a place where there are lots of people. So
True.
a few people here and there, but not like too many people.
Right.
And then lights. So that is what I like to just stay. And then I also like the sunsets that also
Right. Same.
is actually nearby the ocean.
Right, right. I think we all are. Anne has mentioned seaside. Anywhere as long as there's a seaside, and it, or maybe you want to elaborate and what you mean by seaside. Like which part of the sides of the sea that you actually like. Anywhere. The contrary to Bhavna and me, who likes like less people. So Hema has mentioned theme park. The theme park will be there. There will be a lot of people there, right? So yeah, I theme park is not my place. I would try to avoid like people. Even night market, I rarely go to night market, or I go to night market when it's just started or it's about to end. I always go to, let's say, Aeon 30 minutes before closing. That's when I go. Like I go and take, and then I get back home. Anyway, thank you for letting me know what's your favorite season and what's your favorite places are. And I hope you can actually speak with us. So welcome to Global Teacher Conversation session 7. You can mute when you're not speaking, but for tonight when there's not many of us, so you can unmute whenever you feel that you wanted to speak. It's just that we want to be mindful so that the audios doesn't overlap with each other. Let's be present, so switch on your video if possible. If your bandwidth is okay with it, participate actively and don't be shy. And I want to remind ourselves of our 3 pillar principles again. Number 1, we come from different background. We come with different experiences. We come with different skill sets, right? But no matter the differences, we also want to learn from each other as much as we want to share with each other. So let's be mindful of how we speak, how we behave, and we communicate in this circle of knowledge. Be supportive of each other. Let's give space and time for partners. Sometimes ideas don't just flow that smoothly. So maybe we can give that space for our conversation partners to really indulge in the conversation. And thirdly, let's show interest, ask and answer questions from each other. So we can really make this a genuine conversation experience. Right. So for tonight, we will look into decision making. We will have two conversations, decision making and me, and also encouraging thinkers in the classroom. Hi, welcome, Tan. Right. So you guys can show me using the reaction button there. There's a smiley button and also the confetti or party poppers button. Okay. I want to ask you, what will you decide on tonight after the session? Right. Will you go to sleep early or will you stay late and sleep late? Because tomorrow is Sunday. Okay. If you're going to sleep early, you can give me a smiley. But if you're going to sleep late, Tan will be sleeping late. She already showed party poppers, the confetti. What about the others? What about Anne, Hema, Bhavna? What about you guys? Will you be sleeping early or will you be sleeping late?
I think I'll sleep late.
Okay. What about Anne and Hema? Let me see your emoji, the emoticons.
I have to sleep early because tomorrow is school.
Oh
Joko.
yeah, tomorrow is school for Hema. The school starts on Sunday. What about you, Anne? Anne? Oh, and will stay up late. She has things to do. Okay, cool. Right. Now tomorrow, for those of you who don't have school, okay, sorry, Hema. For those of you who don't have school, oh Hema, maybe you can think of today, right? Will you go out and go sightseeing, do activities outside, or will you just crash and just stay at home?
Just stay
Well,
at home.
just stay at home. Okay. What about the others? Tan mentions Tan stays late for shopping. Okay, shopping. Okay. What about and Bhavna? But what will you do tomorrow?
I recharged myself today, but because I said you already it's a festival time, so maybe going out and shopping. Yeah.
Oh, go out shopping. Okay. What about you, Tan? Tan and Richard. Tan we go out. Okay, right. Then we go out and let me see. And what will you do tomorrow? Oh, straight square sunrise. That's nice. You're looking for sunrise. Okay, I think Anne just dropped her internet just dropped. Okay, right. Tomorrow or today for you, Hema. Are you cooking your own meal or are you ordering? Will you be ordering food?
I prefer home cook because my mom is here. She cook very well, so I just
Ah,
enjoy the home cook
home cooked
rather,
meal.
yeah, rather than just order outside.
All right. Okay. What about Tan and Bhavna? Will you guys cook or will you guys order out? Eat out. Yes, Tan, since you'll be going out, right? Bhavna,
Mm,
do you plan on cooking or do you
cooking,
plan
cooking.
cooking? Okay. Right. Right. Would you guys live forever or do you choose to be remembered forever? Which one would you choose?
Is it mandatory? I don't want to choose both.
No, choose one. Choose one. Baba. Do
Yeah.
you
Be remembered forever.
be remembered forever? Hema, Tan, what about you guys? Which one would you
A
choose?
bit tricky question.
Aha.
It will be changed according to the
No.
time.
Now. Now, like right now.
So
Do
be
you want to
remembered
live
forever.
forever? Be remembered forever. Okay, Tan says want to live forever. Okay, all right. I see contradicting. Okay, but that's okay. That's your own choices, right? Okay. Would you cure all diseases or solve poverty forever now? Which one will you decide on?
Cure all diseases for me.
For cure all diseases. Okay. What about Hema and Tan?
Solve poverty forever.
Solve poverty forever. Okay. Tan, what about you? Okay. Maybe this is a little bit difficult. Do you have decide then which one you would choose, whether cure all disease or solve poverty? So the statement is, if you have to decide, if you have the power to either cure all types of diseases in the world now, and all type of illness, or you have the power to solve poverty. That means no one will be deprived from money and access to facilities. So which one will you decide on? And would you cure all diseases or solve poverty forever?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you were saying just now. You got
No
disconnected.
problem. No problem.
Yeah. What was it?
So if you have the power to cure all diseases or solve poverty, which one you will do now?
Oh my God.
Yeah, sorry.
Cure diseases first. Yeah.
It's not first or second. It's just one thing you can do.
Yeah, I'll cure diseases if I have the
Okay. All right. Cure all diseases. Also, Tan also choose cure all diseases. Okay. All right. Ha. Would you time travel 20 years to your past or time travel 20 years into your future?
Into the future.
Into the future. Okay, what about
future.
you?
Future. I don't want to see the past.
Future.
Tan, what about you? You want to go to the past or you want to go to the future? Future. Why do you not want to go to your past? You don't want to see your past self, is it?
No point looking back.
No point looking back.
Exactly. I support Anne.
Yeah, exactly. No point looking back.
All right. Thank you, guys. Now, the reason why I ask you this kind of questions, although it looks simple, it actually triggers you to make a decision, right? You have to decide from these two things. What is it that appeal to you, or what is it that you will do in this kind of situation? That's why I also ask you, tomorrow is an off day, what will you do? How will you eat? Even tonight, will you be sleeping late or will you be sleeping early? These are all decisions, and decision is very a very important part of a leader. We're talking about C-suite development, right? So decision play a very, very important part. That's also an aspect of the leadership in the C-suite development, right? So why do we need to make decisions? Before I play the video, maybe you guys can share, why do we need to make decisions? You guys want to share just simply, why? Why is it that we need to make decisions? And Bhavna, Tan, Emma, feel free. Tema, you mute
To express our stand.
to express ourselves. Okay.
I think that the how the things are structured, how the world is structured, are very limited resources, and I think there comes a time when we have to prioritize where to use those limited resources, and and I think that's when we need to make decisions where to prioritize, and also sometimes we need to make decisions, especially in the especially because we want to give space to everybody, and just giving that space also sometimes takes decision making skills.
Right. So just managing resources all around, right? Tan and why do you think we need to make decisions? Tan mentioned to have a better life in the chat. What about you, Anne? Do we need to make decision, and why? Why? And it's okay. I have a video here from Harvard Business Publishing that talks about an introduction to decision making. Hi, Anne. Anne, you're muted. Why do you think we need to make decisions, Anne? Or why do you believe we need to make decisions? Oh, I see you're nodding. Are you saying something, Anne?
Yeah, we need to make decisions. Yes, it's very important.
Yes, why?
To choose which what and which we should choose
To make
in
choices.
any aspect. Yeah, to make choices to what to choose, regardless of what it can be.
Regardless of what the impact the effect of your choices can be.
What
Okay.
what it can be. Yes, exactly.
All right. Okay, cool. Let me share with you a very quick short video from Harvard Business Publishing about some introduction of decision making.
Most people rate their decision-making abilities as very good. They can't imagine what they might possibly need to learn. And when you ask them how they arrived at a decision, they cannot tell you. That's because much of decision-making is unconscious, and the obstacles that block good decision-making are hard to see. I'm remembering how, during a hurricane that made news around the world, managers at a fashion retailer decided to use the event as a marketing opportunity. They sent cheery tweets to customers, inviting them to shop online during the storm and take advantage of free shipping. But the move backfired. Many customers were upset that the company tried to cash in on a disaster that had caused widespread suffering. The result? Considerable damage to the brand. Clearly, one bad decisions can have huge negative consequences, and it's hard to know your blind spots. So it's critical to learn as much as you can about this core responsibility. As a Harvard Business School professor and researcher, I can tell you that every decision you'll make as a manager comes with its own complexity. Decisions about who, how, and when. Take hiring. Suppose you're trying to fill an important position in your group. Should you involve other people in deciding on the finalists? If so, who? Should you rely on your gut feeling or focus on the references you've gathered? What if you're under time pressure but don't have enough information to make the decision with confidence? Pressures like these can amplify your own biases, like overconfidence in your sense of judgment, which can lead you down the wrong path. It's humbling, isn't it? If you agree, you're one step ahead of the game. I found that the best leaders approach important decisions with humility. They acknowledge that they're human and vulnerable to making mistakes. Before making an important decision, they ask themselves questions to catch and counteract any biases. Like, have I only gathered information that reinforces what I already believe? Or am I overly confident in my judgment call? Decision-making will always be hard, but if you take time to learn about the pitfalls and complexity, you can improve your chances of success. That'll be good for your team, your company, and your career.
I know it's a bit hard. Maybe it's a bit difficult for us to listen in without the subtitles. Apparently, there's no subtitle. But perhaps you guys can also share like one key point that you have caught and you have gotten from the video. What is it? Maybe at least one thing, one key takeaway.
To have a decision needs to no, sorry, I come back later.
It's okay, no problem.
I got a few ideas, but okay, let me come back.
Sure. Okay, try. It's okay, Hema. Try. Bhavna, Tan, and maybe one thing that you gotten from the video, one key takeaway or one key point that you heard. Emma, you want to try again? Emma, go ahead. It's okay. Let's try again. Try.
Actually, I rewatching the video to get the idea.
Okay. So what's your idea now?
Actually, it was not very clear, you know.
Wasn't very clear?
It was very clear.
Okay. So the video is talking about yes, Bhavana. Yes.
Look, I was just saying, can you share the link so that we can watch it again ourselves?
Sure.
It was very short, so maybe we can watch it again.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will be sharing the link later. Okay. So this person was saying that decision making is very important in an organization. Like managers need to have the quality that is decision making, like good decision making, because one bad decision can affect the whole organization. The example that was given that there's a company that advertise or encourage people to shop online during a storm. So a storm at some countries is like a natural disaster. So it became a backlash to the company because the people or the society consider the company is as insensitive, because how can you ask people to shop? How can you ask people to spend money while people are facing natural disasters such as the storm? So it's insensitive. So the marketing campaign, now that you're stuck at home, let's shopping, backfire. Right? So that's what I mentioned. And then she also mentioned about what characteristics is needed to be a good decision maker. Like a good manager with good decision making skills is someone who is humble, someone who is not biased to what they already know, to what they already experienced, someone who will question to get more information before making a decision. Yeah, so these are some of the things that have been shared. Okay, I think Hema have shared in the chat. Thank you, Hema. The link to the video. You can watch that. And let me see.
Most people
Now, remember this C-suite skills that we have listed at the beginning of our cycles. So last week, not last week, the last 2 weeks or last sessions, we talked about, what do we talk about? Remember? We talk about influence, right? We talk about the ability to influence others. Roshin, welcome back. Roshin, hi. Welcome back. All right, now this week, let's look into decision making. Right? So decision making can also influence problem solving and adaptability. Hi, Roshin. Welcome back. Maybe you can rename yourself with a country underscore your name. We're talking about decision making this session, and we just started, so it's okay. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
No problem. All right. Now, there's our 5 leadership decision making styles. I don't know why one icon was left out there. It's okay. So first one is autocratic. Autocratic means you have one person deciding on everything, deciding on the whole decision making or coming to a decision. It's one person, or you usually refer to as the boss, right? Second, we have information seeking. So this kind of person or this kind of leader seeks information before making a decision. So this person will look into like what kind of data, what kind of analytics that could be helpful, what kind of information, what kind of historical sources that could be helpful in making decision. Another style is consulting. So consulting means, for example, Hema wanted to make a theme party, right? Before deciding on what theme the party would be, Hema would ask, consult Bhavana, consult Roshi, consult on what is their preference like, right? What do they want the party to be, the party theme to be? However, the end decision lies with Hema. Like Hema can consult anyone that Hema wanted, but at the end of the day, the decision making lies with Hema. Another style is negotiating. Now, some people will confuse consulting with negotiating, but these two are actually very different. Now, consulting, remember, consulting, at the end of it, that one person decides on the decision. But negotiating is a team decision. Negotiating means all of us, me, Roshin, Bhavna, Hema, and Tan, comes together and we negotiate. What do we want to do? What theme do we want? And we decide together. So it's a team decision. And another style is delegation. Delegation means Hema said, okay, I don't want to make a decision. I will get you, Roshin, to decide on what is our party's theme. So delegate to others. Usually delegate to younger executives or younger leaders. So this is from a LinkedIn article in 2020. I will also be sharing the link with you guys so that you guys can do like further reading on these short articles. But these are from the article. These are the 5 common leadership decision-making styles. From these 5 leadership decision-making styles, you might be familiar to some of it that either you yourself have applied or you have seen other people doing in coming to a decision. Information seeking. What? Who? Information seeking who? You or other people? You.
Me.
You. You're the information seeking style.
Yes, collect everything, then
Uh-huh.
discuss.
Okay. That means you also combine information seeking and negotiating for your
Yes.
decision making. Okay. All right. Yeah. So some people, you don't exclusively belong to one or exhibit one decision making styles. Some people, they combine 2 or 3 decision making styles. So before they come to a decision. Okay? So that, yeah, correct, Hema. Thank you for prompting me on that. Right. Now, I will also be sharing with you another short video on 5 key elements for better decision making. In this video, they will show you what are the factors of considerations that will help better decision making.
Demand for good decision-making skills is on the rise. Instead of relying on recruitment alone, savvy organizations enhance the decision-making skills of their existing talent across these 5 key elements. Being able to specify who is responsible for executing a decision and who is accountable for its success. Understanding the full context of each situation to use the appropriate method in their decision-making process. While data alone does not guarantee good decisions, it can provide new insights during the decision-making process. Staying open to ideas that conflict with our own, asking thoughtful questions, and actively listening to others are all skills that can be honed to improve decision-making. Creating environments where your employees feel safe to share diverse perspectives and to challenge and learn from ineffective decision practices. Organizations are faced with a volume and complexity of decisions like never before. Those hoping to operate at the leading edge of innovation must make decisions better and faster than their competitors.
Right, I know this is a little bit fast. Maybe we can do like a second cycle so that you can catch up on what other 5 key skills are.
Demand for good decision-making skills is on the rise. Instead of relying on recruitment alone, savvy organizations enhance the decision-making skills of their existing talent across these 5 key elements. Being able to specify who is responsible for executing a decision and who is accountable for its success. Understanding the full context of each situation to use the appropriate method in their decision-making process. While data alone does not guarantee good decisions, it can provide new insights during the decision-making process. Staying open to ideas that conflict with our own, asking thoughtful questions, and actively listening to others are all skills that can be honed to improve decision-making. Creating environments where your employees feel safe to share diverse perspectives and to challenge and learn from ineffective decision practices. Organizations are faced with a volume and complexity of decisions like never before. Those hoping to operate at the leading edge of innovation must make decisions better and faster than their competitors.
All right. Now, you have seen that they mentioned about companies, about organization, but if you were to reflect, right, on our own organization, i.e. our school, our team, our classroom, don't you think this is also something that is applicable to us? Okay. Right. I want you to just digest a little bit the 5 key elements for better decision making, because we will be talking about this in what? Hema, maybe you can help me share in the chat the link to this video, if you can. Right. Now, from this video that you watched just now, right? Can you share from the 5 key elements, what are one thing that you see, oh, actually this is important but not happening in my organization, in my life? For example, I would share the clarity in decision-making rights. The first one, the first key elements that say you need to be able to identify who is responsible to make decision and who is responsible to carry out the decision. For me, I think, wow, this is very eye-opening, because a lot of times when we work, we know who decides on something, but there's always like a blurry line, like who are the people that should execute that decision? What needs to be done? Yes, Roshin.
Yes, since I'm still a fellow in school, I understood this in the first year, that there wasn't enough a proper boundary to act inside. Like a
Right,
teacher was doing absolutely everything,
right.
and there were so many roles, so many different types of things that they had to do. So this is the decision making was really chaotic in school.
Right, right. There's no delegation of sharing of responsibilities, you mean. Right, okay. Hema was mentioning about psychological safety. Hema, you might want to elaborate on that.
Okay. As a leader, they have a lot of things to implement to us, right? As we are in second or third level of the management. So
Right.
for me, I will go for the psychological safety, because now they have a mental stress, a lot of psychological. So before they have to take any decision, they have to see the psychological effect on these their staffs. For example, in my school, my principal will ask, okay, this is going to happen in our school, the audit will come, this will going to happen. So you all have to be prepared by mentally and physically. Whenever the audit outside come for us for any questions, you have to be prepared, how you have to answer them. So for me, the psychological safety is very important.
Right. Because the people who are impacted by the decision making are actually the important stakeholders. In whatever you do, whatever you decide, it will impact somebody, right? Correct. Thank you, Hema. Right. So I want to share with you the prompts for today's conversation. The first one, to reflect on your own decision making. What are the thought process that involved? How do you decide on something? What do you think first? What are the processes that involve? Like, for example, if I want to decide on what I want to have for dinner later, how do I decide for dinner? Is it as simple as, oh, I already know? Or Do I decide first? Do I cook or do I order for delivery? If it's on delivery, where? Where do I find the resources? Which app do I use, for example? So you can choose one example of your decision making and think about your thought process. What are the thought processes involved in your own decision making? Number two, you have seen the 5 common leadership decision making styles, right? Autocratic, information seeking, consulting, negotiating, and delegating, right? From all of these 5 leadership decision-making styles, which one do you prefer and why? You can share that with your friends later. And number 3, just now, the video just now, compare the 5 key elements to decision-making. How are decisions made at your current school or your current organization? I'll give you 2 minutes to look into these questions and prepare before I will be sending you to your breakout room for 20 minutes.
Tika, can I
Yes.
ask you? Yeah.
Yeah,
The question number 3.
Yeah.
Compare the 5 key elements to
Mhm.
decide to decision making.
Right.
Now this one, what we are actually supposed to do? Compare and contrast the 5 elements. Is it?
Do you remember the 5 key elements? The
Yes,
psychological
correct. Yes.
safety. So you just compare these elements to decision-making process at your school. That means you just reflect on whether these key elements exist when there is decision-making happening at your school or organization. So did they use data to back up or to analyze before making a decision?
That means any of the 5, is it?
Yes, any of the 5. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'll give you about 30 seconds more. Right, I'll be sending you to breakout rooms for 20 minutes so you can talk to each other about this. I'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay, welcome back. Hi. Hi. Now that we have our first conversation on a more general organizational level, right? But what about our classroom level, where you are the CEO of your own little organization? Let's see some prompts on encouraging thinkers or decision makers in your classroom. Number 1, for the next round of breakout room, reflect on your own classroom practices. Usually, when there's a decision that needs to be made for your classroom, for your students, who make these decisions and how are decisions usually made? Then which of the leadership decision-making styles, the 5 one does now, autocratic, information seeking, consulting, delegating, and negotiating, which of these 5s you think I want to cultivate in my students? And how do you plan to do it? How do you plan to get them to have these styles in a decision making? Number 3, if you have faced a challenge before, or if you can think of a possible challenge, right? A possible barrier to practice and nurture decision makers, or cultivate decision makers in your classroom. Perhaps you can share this challenge with everyone in the breakout room and get a suggestion from your conversation partners on how, we can go over, either we go over these barriers or we solve this challenge together. I'll give you about 2 minutes to look into these prompts before I'll send you to second breakout room. All right, I'll be sending you to your second breakout rooms now. All right, welcome back. I hope that was enough time. There will never be enough time. I know. So you guys have talked about, from 2 breakout rooms, you guys have talked about on the larger scheme of things, the organizational structure of decision making, right? Reflecting on your school, the practices of your school, the practices of your superiors, or maybe yourself, right? And then the second breakout rooms, you guys talk about your own classroom practices, your own little companies where you are the CEOs of it. I'm pretty sure you guys have shared ideas and stories, and how ultimately we need to be someone who is able to role model a good decision maker, so that we can cultivate the culture of good decision makers in the process for the future, right? And I have just one last very short video for you about leadership and decision making. And I know every day in our life, every little thing we need to make decisions, and we need to understand, in order for us to be an influential leader, an influential educator, and an educator who plays a good role model to our students and our peers, we need to take this decision making as something as very important to us to master, and how to do that. And sometimes, and not sometimes, a lot of times, including myself, I would feel very scared sometimes to take a leap or to take the next step to make a decision, because sometimes I don't have enough information, or sometimes I don't feel like I'm ready yet. But what is it that actually is the most important for a leader in decision making? And this guy, Vince Miller, this person will tell you in on one aspect that is very, very important in practicing decision making.
You know, all leaders understand that they must make decisions. In fact, they must make decisions every single day. And as a leader's responsibility grows and organization grows, so grows the complexity of the decisions they must make. And there are three ways I've seen leaders make decisions. Either they choose not to make a decision, or they choose to make a decision without the required counsel that they need, or number three, they wait till every situation is perfect and then make a decision. But great leaders understand something that average leaders don't. They understand that they're going to make many more bad decisions than great decisions. Did you hear that? Many more bad decisions than great decisions. And because of that, they just make choices and decisions, and then they choose to learn from them to make better subsequent decisions. Now, I think this is the delta between an average leader and a great leader, is that they understand that decisions are required and they learn from them every single day.
Yeah, that's it. Think of decision as choices. Remember at the beginning of our sessions, we're just making choices from two things: either to cook our own meal or to order from delivery, right? Either to go out or to stay at home. So we should not be afraid. Like this person said, the difference between a good leader and a great leader always make decisions and take that chances, even when the chances is, oh, I might be wrong, or this might be a bad decision. What they do is just they learn to make better choices as they go through their decisions and learn from it, right? And I hope that we could also learn a thing or two about decision making, that we also need to be in control of our own life, in control of our decision. And we need to make that decision. We need to, make that choices to go ahead and to go forward. And I hope this is what you learn from this video as well. Right. Right. So before we close, I just want to share some opportunities. There's sharing space opportunities. There's also member takeover, retreat, and also the student exchange program with MBBS and Nepal. I also want to talk about GTC Speaks. We are going to be collaborating with other communities out there. And I want to share with you that we want to bring GTC members out from our session to other people's session, so that you also can speak and share your own experience, share what you know with other communities. So if you have like a specific topic wish list that you want to talk about, or anything that you want to say or want to share with other people, so do let me know. Okay. You can update your details on the profile form if you haven't already. If you put out a reflection from today's session on Facebook, you can tag us at Global Teacher Conversation. And yeah, you want to take photo? There's 3 of us here. Others might have dropped. Yeah, hold on. Let's just take photo.
Take the picture.
Yes, picture is important.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Wait, ah. So, one more,
Okay.
please.
All right.
One more. Okay.
Right.
Okay, done.
Thank
So,
you.
who are going to take my one?
Okay, I will. Okay, ready? Ready, Emma? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Wait,
Thank you.
no problem. Thank you, Hema, for taking that photo. All right, our next session. I know this session is supposed to be an industry crossover session. However, we have moved the industry crossover to the next one on the 28th of October. We will have someone who is a business owner coming in to share about business management and stuff on the 28th of October. So we will be listening in to someone who have been running a business and what she thinks about, and this person is from India. So she will be sharing her experiences on the 28th of October at the same time. Right. So before I end, I want to say thank you for coming, and I'll see you on the 28th. I will put on the chat further resources. The article, hold on. That's not the resources that I want to put. I will share in the group, yeah. I will share in the Telegram group the further resources, the article, the link in article, and also the videos that we have shared tonight. Thank you for coming, and good night, everyone.